Boom. Let me post this on Instagram. Oh. What up? How you guys doing? Yo. Ooh. Thanks for joining, guys. Got some good stuff today. Stop trading Forex to watch this? Dude, you are too kind. How is that, by the way? I've always kind of wanted to try trading Forex, but I just never did. Congrats on 10K. Thank you. I appreciate it. Honestly, when I started the live stream, I was at 9.999. So not quite 10K. But let me see where we're at now. Maybe we made it. Probably not, though. Oh, we did. Oh, my God. Damn. Okay, we did it, guys. 10K subs, 10,000 people. That is insane. My God. Okay. Now I gotta drop some value. Thank you. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, so I went from, yep, I was at 9,999 when I started, and now I'm at 10,002. So please, none of you unsubscribe. I know that happened. I know when I was trying to make it to 5,000, like I was at like in the 4,990s for like a long time because nobody would like keep following. Or, I mean, people would unsub. It was pretty unfortunate, but you know what? We still made it, so it doesn't matter. Okay. What do I think about the ATM biz? Ooh, that's a good question. Honestly, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, if you know you're going to be pretty centralized for a long time, stay in the same town for a while, then I feel like it'd be a perfect, easy business to start. Maybe not easy, but not too hard. Stopped installing Shopify to watch you. Nice. Shopify is really good though, so make sure that you go back to it after this live stream because Shopify is the best. Let's see. 100K is the next goal. That's for sure. 100K. 10K. I still can't believe it. I'm pretty amazed. But it's been a lot of hard work, guys. It hasn't been easy, so just know that. I mean, I've been making a lot of videos. What's the best lookalike to start with? Honestly, I guess, it's 10K subs. We're just going to go all in, okay? The best lookalike to start with, I think, is 75% video views. Straight up. 75% video views, and then go into 95% video views, and then go into view content, then add to cart, then initiate a checkout, then purchase. But trust me, start at the 75% video view lookalike. Why? Because that's one that not a lot of people test, and I don't know why, because it's one of the ones that has the most. I mean, obviously it's not like an actual page event or whatever, like conversion event, but if somebody watched 75% of the video, chances are they're very engaged and very interested. And that's the one that's really easy to get a lot of data for. And the more data you have for a lookalike, obviously the better the more solid it's gonna be. Thanks everyone saying congratulations, by the way. I mean, it wouldn't be possible without the support. So I really do appreciate it. I'll remember every single one of you that joined before 10,000, I promise. What was your Shopify aha moment when things started to click? Ooh, that's a good question. So I would say my aha moment was, well, honestly, when I found like my first good winning product, I guess, like to be completely honest, because that's when I started seeing some sales and then I started playing around with different things and it was much easier. It's a lot harder when you don't make any sales or you're making very little money because, You know, you cut everything early. You're making decisions based on all the money that you've already spent. And while those things are, you know, obviously it's kind of like human nature, not human nature, but nobody wants to lose money. That definitely holds you back a lot. And that's pretty much why, for example, me and Tyler nowadays, we started with so many ad sets at the beginning because we're not afraid to test it. You know, we're going all in right away and trying to find those good ad sets. And if we don't find them, we move on, you know? So yeah, I guess that was a big aha moment for me. Progress is awesome. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, if you see my progress and you think it's been really quick, you know, not at all. I mean, maybe, I guess, but like I've been working every single day. So take that into account for sure. Great run with your business. Big fan here. Awesome. Well, glad to have you in here, man. I'm going to be responding to every single one today. You know, like 10,000 subs. It's a special day. So I got to answer everybody. Hey, Arie, what do you think of Jason Capital's email course? Honestly, I don't know who that is, so I can't really say. But as long as it's not too expensive, probably pretty good. Oh, top 100 entrepreneurs by the White House. Well, here's the thing. Honestly, like I think email marketing is great, but a lot of times I find email marketing that like huge businesses are doing, and obviously that's great to look at as examples, but sometimes it's kind of hard to apply it to like a, you know, like a drop shipping store, which is kind of like a lot smaller, but still, I'm sure that would be really helpful. Email marketing is the one thing that like everybody sucks at, especially, I mean, even me, guys, like, yeah, I make money from my emails, but I wouldn't say I'm particularly good at like email marketing or whatever. And I think most people would say the same. Does anyone? Okay. You should do lives as well. I do. Oh, wait. That other guy. Okay. Braden Warsh. Sorry, I don't know if I know how to pronounce your name, but I've seen your videos, man. You're dropping some good content too. So I appreciate the support. In my opinion, what's the biggest secret all e-com Facebook ads masters hide from the masses? Oh, I don't know, honestly. Well, personally, I don't have like a secret. It's just like, I guess it's just the way I structure things. Like obviously the way I go about my testing, sometimes it's not that I hide it. It's just that it's like hard for me to always explain because obviously, I don't know. It's hard to put myself in the beginner's like position sometimes. So like everything that I do when it comes to my ads, it's like it's a little unpredictable sometimes. Like I have a structure to it, but sometimes it's a little just wild. I guess I just like go for it. But I think another big secret, I mean, it's not a secret either, but it really is kind of like one of the most crucial things is to do videos for your as your ads. Don't do pictures, guys. Like pictures don't work nearly as well as videos. Like you're losing a lot of money. Not losing a lot of money, but you're leaving a lot of money on the table if you're only doing pictures. So definitely make sure that you are doing videos for your, even if it's honestly, a slideshow video is totally fine. Like that's pretty much going to be just as easy as gathering up a picture. Like it's super easy to make a slideshow video. Add some text in there and it's going to be much better than just a regular picture. Trust me. How can you lower your video view cost? I guess just by having like a more like a hook at the beginning of your video or something, or maybe adding a thumbnail. That's another thing that I never really talk about, guys. I don't know why. Maybe I'll make a video about it, but if you've seen like my trend code videos and all those, like you'll see that I have thumbnails for all of the videos that I put out on Facebook for like my ads. And that's something that I don't think a lot of people do, but honestly, it probably has like a big effect on like my click-through rate and how engaged people are. So I guess it's one of those little secrets that I've never really shared much, but it's the 10,000 sub special today. So we're sharing everything, but yeah, so the time I realized that honestly was whenever I started seeing a little bit of success on YouTube, like on my own channel. So I realized that one of the biggest things that helped me like keep getting more and more subs and more views, well, obviously making a lot of videos and good videos, but also it was getting better thumbnails. So when I saw that and like realized that, I said, well, you know what? Wouldn't it be the same thing with like regular product videos? So I started doing it, and I feel like it has helped a lot. Do you recommend? Okay. Hold up. I study everything about dropshipping and Shopify, but at the end, Shopify didn't support in my country. What should I do? Maybe try to find a partner in a different country, but I don't know. That's kind of a tough situation. I would try to, there's probably alternatives though. I mean, there's probably other people in your country doing the same thing. I'm sure you're not the only one. Do I recommend increasing budget or an asset or duplicating? Duplicating, I pretty much always just duplicate. The main reason is because, I mean, okay, this is why I don't do it. And this is just what I've heard. I guess it's like nobody, to be honest, guys, like sometimes it feels like everybody that's talking about Facebook ads, like, I don't know, like people say they know things, but they don't truly know. Like they have heard from multiple people that it's that way, but they don't really know. And that's including me too, guys. Like I'm not, I'm being honest, but for example, and that's why I'm saying, like, I don't think that there's particularly like I've always duplicated my ad sets. I've never really done increasing budgets. When I tried it, it hasn't worked, but I also feel like that's a little bit of like just bias towards like duplication. Because there's a lot of people that, for example, start with increasing budgets, like in their Shopify, like drop shipping journeys. So that's what they stick to. So that's the first thing they see success with. And that's what they stick to. I know, for example, Rito, like Flying Start Online, I've watched like pretty much all of his videos, honestly. And one of the things I realized is that he doesn't really duplicate until like later on. He definitely starts by increasing budgets. But he has, a lot of success with his stores, and he's very profitable. So it's like, he knows what he's doing, but it's just a different method. I personally just like to duplicate my ad sets, because every time that I've tried to, scale by increasing the budget, it just starts performing really badly. Or like the day that I change it does really, really bad, which is obvious, it kind of has to re-optimize a little bit. But even then it's, I just always duplicate. So I recommend duplicating. Sorry, I went off on a rant. Finding it hard to get traffic. What is the problem? I mean, maybe you're just targeting individual countries is one of the ways that people get like really expensive traffic, so they don't drive a lot of traffic to their store. And that's not always a bad thing. I just don't recommend you start with only targeting one country. Personally, I find that it gives you like really high cost. So it just, I don't know. I'd rather just start diving into countries once I see some results. Hey, bro. Okay, have you tried to post like lookalikes? What's the minimum data needed for the 75% watch to the video view? I mean, probably like 10,000 people, or maybe probably like 10,000. Does Facebook ads get easier when you're doing a niche store? I would say so, a little bit. Like if you find a winning product in a niche store, and the reason why I say that is because, well, first of all, the data is like kind of congruent, even though that shouldn't, like, don't worry about that too much. Like I get a lot of people asking me like, oh, well, how can I test two products in different niches with the same pixel? And the answer is you just do it. Nothing really is going to happen. But when you have a niche, obviously most of the data is like related. And the good thing about it is that once you find a winner, you can find related products that are similar, and those are likely to be winners too. Always with great value. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Is your Facebook Ads Mastery Series technique still working good? Yes. I love how honest you are about all this info. You're welcome. It's like I said, it's a 10,000 sub special. I got to be honest with you guys, and because I wouldn't have 10,000 subs without you. I mean, like literally. I mean, 245 a day yesterday. Profit. What do I do next? Nice, man. Honestly, what you should do next is pretty much, make a few more ad sets based on the good ones that are working, and just try to scale it up slowly. Maybe don't go too hard on it, but like make at least a new ad set every day. The best way to do that is with lookalikes, in my opinion. And I just do so lately what I've been doing is I start with 75% lookalikes, 75%, all like 1 through 10%. So I'll make like 1 through 6, for example. And then the next day I'll make like 7 through 10. And then the next day I'll move on to 95% video view lookalikes, and then I'll do 1 through like 5%. But you don't have to make that. You could go one at a time. You could just do one ad set every day. But and that's one way that I do it. Another way, sometimes it's kind of crazy, but we'll duplicate everything 5 times. Sometimes we'll duplicate them 5 times at like higher budgets, or 3 times. I mean, when we do higher budgets, it's typically like 3 times. And the reason why is because then we find the one that performs the best. And I mean, when you're at higher budgets, you can cut things early. So after the day's over, I'll find out which ad set is the one that's working the best. And then I'll keep going with that one. And then I just keep cycling over and over until I have like 100 ad sets that are just all doing super good. And then they start like compounding, Okay, sorry. So what happens sometimes is like you go with the chat, it starts all the way back at the or it goes all the way to the bottom when I'm trying to read a question. It sucks. Different he writes emails for big companies. Yeah. Damn, entrepreneur talk. Damn, 10K subs. Congrats, bro. Pass me some subs. Go sub to my boy, Entrepreneur Talk. What's going to be the cost of your Facebook course? 300. Yeah, around there. I haven't thought about it too much yet. I mean, I'm obviously gonna base it like on how much work I put into it. Like I'm putting in a lot of work into it, but I'm still not close to done, in my opinion. There's just gonna be a lot of sections, and I want to put an emphasis a little bit on ClickFunnels too, because it's something like nobody talks about. But ClickFunnels are pretty cool, guys. Pretty cool. How do you make a PPE ad into a new ad that won't lose the engagement it's gotten? So you can't. You have to create a new one. But the thing is, you can go to your page post and use the post ID of the post that has the most engagement. And then when you get to your ad creation in a website conversion campaign, you just paste the post ID, and then it should like load it, and you'll be totally fine. And then just make sure that when you create a new ad set, or say you duplicate that ad set, make sure that you're checking that the ad is actually the same one. Because sometimes what happens is it'll create a new one in the duplicate, like exactly the same as the existing one, but it's actually its own new ad. So what happens then is you're splitting your engagement across 2 different ads, and you don't want to do that. You want to gather as much engagement in one ad, of course. I skipped your question. It wasn't on purpose. Sorry, let me go try to find it. Do you have an EIN number? Yeah, I have an EIN number. You get one when you register an LLC. Let me see. How important is social proof when starting a store? Not too important, honestly. It really just matters like the store design, your product, your video, and that's pretty much it. I only got 200 to my name. You think that's enough to start a Shopify? Yeah, that's totally enough to start a Shopify store, but don't do any paid ads. That's my advice. If you only have $200, start a Shopify store. Go ahead. I mean, please do. I think but what you're going to want to do is essentially try to like collect an email list, like maybe, DM people on Instagram, try to grow a brand on Instagram, do things that you can do for free, because with $200, you're not going to get very far with paid ads. So just save your money, start a Shopify store, start your brand, start messing around with it. Think of it kind of like a video game or something. That's what I did. And essentially just like try to see how many sales you can get for free, while you save up your money. So I totally encourage you to start a store, even if you have like $100. As long as you have the $30 for the plan, you can start a store. But don't do any paid ads, okay? Because you're not going to get far with paid ads. Any news on the course? So like I said, I'm still working on it. I'm planning on doing like a big webinar for it, like for the release. So I'm going to in the webinar, I'm going to do like a full value session, pretty much like this, but except with examples and showing you some strategies and whatnot, and then release the course at the end. What car do I drive? I drive a Ford Fusion 2014. It's nice. How many products do I test daily, and is it better to test on weekends? So good question. I don't test products daily. I know, man, I'm so bad at testing products, but trust me, in the course and in the future, I will preach to test more products. So don't take me as an example. I've just been very busy. So I've just been like really just driving on my winners, and that's how I make all my money. Just because of my Facebook ad skills, I can still kind of recycle it and just make it good. I mean, if you have data on a product, there's no reason why it should die down. Sometimes it does, but if you're doing everything right, it shouldn't die down too much unless something really goes wrong. But yeah, so that's why I haven't had to test any products, because I already found my winners, but I want to find more winners because I want to get like to $10,000 days across 2 stores, for example. I think that would be really, really cool. And honestly, I kind of want to start another store soon. I probably won't too soon. I want to get the course done and the event done and all that. But then once I get that done, I'll probably start another new store, honestly, and try to get it to like 2,000 to like 3,000 a day. I just think in my opinion, it just feels much better. For example, now I have my main store and I have Trend Cove, and they both obviously the main store makes more money, but not a super significant amount more. So it's kind of nice, honestly. I like having my income like distributed from 2 sources. It just feels a little more safe almost. And they're both scaling on their own. So that's also really cool. Are you allowed to add a watermark logo to your video ad when you get the video section from web YouTube? Yeah, you should be able to do it. I mean, I do it. Made my first Facebook video ad with your mastery vids. If you have time to meet a fellow Minnesotan, I'd love to get your take on my stuff. Oh, that's cool. You're from Minnesota. I mean, truthfully, right now, I'm not sure if I have the time, but I'll definitely keep that in mind. That's awesome. Hey, Arie, please tell me what should I do next? I just made $250 profit with an Instagram influencer. Well, maybe just keep doing a few more Instagram influencer ads until you gather like a lot of data. Actually, I think there was a big update because I know that you're able to retarget and make lookalike audiences on engagement on Instagram, but I'm not sure. I think they changed that like really recently, and I think that was a big deal. I'm not too sure because I don't do much Instagram influencer posts anymore, but I definitely should start looking into them a little bit. How many ad sets did I test for my main store until I started profiting big? Well, I don't know, a lot. I think we were doing like 10 or 20 ad sets per product at the time. Whenever we started making like big money, and it was just, honestly just like the winners, but we were making ad sets pretty much every day, almost every day. How many ad sets did I test for my, oh yeah, I just answered that. Yeah, true, but it's different. Okay, sorry. Let me see. Oh, what? No way. How do you go about Insta influencers when you start testing? How much would you pay? So for Instagram influencers, I mean, just pay as much as you're willing to pay, I guess. Like, it just really depends on their engagement rate. But I wouldn't even waste my time with any influencers that have like below 100,000 followers, just because it's not going to get you like anything, honestly. It's just not going to be significant enough. Congrats on the 10K. Could you follow me back on IG? I got you, bro. How do you recognize a winning product? So, I mean, typically a winning product, you can tell right away. Well, not right away, actually. That's such a lie. But a winning product, usually it gets sales like pretty consistently. It's going to be profitable like across a lot of different ad sets. And essentially, you're just going to be able to scale it more and more. But like, you don't know. I mean, there's different levels of winning products. Like, that's the thing you got to understand. There's different levels of winning products. There's 6-figure winners. I have a couple 6-figure winners. The fishing pole, for me, is turning out to be like a 6-figure winner potentially. It still hasn't made 6 figures, but it's at like 50,000. So it's like half 6 figures, which honestly is pretty crazy to me because it was the first product I tested on the store. I tested it on camera essentially, not really, but like pretty much. So I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I think it'd be so cool if it turned out to be a 6-figure winner because, I don't know. I just think it'd be cool. Market something you know how to market. Very good point. It's okay. Congrats on 10K from Gong. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. How do you find the interest to target? So, I mean, I use what people call common sense targeting, which I mean, it's not a joke. I'm being serious. Like, it's just like, think of things that make sense and type them into the suggestion bar in the interest section of your ad set creation. And then say like, for the fishing route, I'd type fishing and then do fishing. I'll try to find some other smaller ones. But then also when I run out, I go into audience insights and I look up, fishing. And then I look at the page likes of people who like fishing. And then I look at the affinity scores of the like related pages or interests. And you can start targeting some of those too. What scaling strategies work best right now? Honestly, I don't know. Because mine works well right now for me. I know Rito is testing something completely different and it's working for him. I know Gabriel Beltran is testing something 100% not different, but like a little crazier and it's working for him. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's just whatever you stick to, you have to master it so you can then kind of adapt to different situations. But if you're always doing if you haven't mastered a strategy and you're testing like 5 different ones, I don't think, it's going to be harder to see success because you're always going to be really doubtful, So that's why I like to lock in a strategy. I always follow like kind of the same path a little bit, but then I also do test other things because I want to be informed of what's, if something new will work for me. That's things that make me curious, but you can just stick to one strategy if you want. Do video ads work better than picture ads on IG? 100%, man. That's why I say video ads. That's what I said, why I said in the beginning that doing video ads is like one of those kind of, somebody asked me, what's one of the biggest secrets e-com people are hiding from you? And I said, it's using video ads, because even though everybody says to use video ads, nobody stresses it. But I think it's so important to use video ads, even on Instagram, for Instagram influencers. You found a winning ad set. What should you do? Nothing. Just leave it. Let it be. You could duplicate it a couple times if you want, or you could just, duplicate it at a higher budget. Those are your 2 options pretty much. But essentially you just kind of want, that's only if you're so when you're at the lookalike stage, you don't really duplicate ad sets too much at the same level unless it's like at the beginning. So, when I start a lookalike, sometimes I'll duplicate it like 5 times. But then once I find the winning lookalike out of those, I don't duplicate it anymore. I only duplicate it into higher budgets, but not into the same budget. And see, this is what I'm talking about. I know this sounds really complicated. And this is why I always say, that's kind of how you can get when you master a strategy, because then you can start trying things and doing things a little different, staying a little bit, doing different things than what you originally would do just because they work, for example. That's why it's hard for me sometimes to explain my strategy super well, because it's it's not clear cut yet. I'm making it more and more clear cut so that it can be more understandable for most people, for beginners, for example. But for me, it's not really super clear. I just kind of do things as I go because it makes sense to me. Let's see. When is the right time to scale an ad, and how many sales must we have? So the right time, I would say right when you have more than 2 or 3 purchases, that would be a good time to scale your ad, whether it be by duplicating it into a higher budget, or some people do increase the budget of an existing ad set. That's not what I do, but you could try that too. Does Facebook mess with Facebook ad accounts, and do you use different ad accounts? Of course, yeah, they definitely do. If you have a lot of negative feedback on your Facebook post, you're gonna get pretty bad results from your Facebook ads. Not always, but Facebook really, really cares about that stuff. So they definitely mess with your ad account if you're doing things incorrectly. Does Facebook mess with Facebook? Oh wait, I just answered that. What do you believe is the best program to make Facebook video ads, or should you outsource it to people who really know what they're doing? So yes, you could definitely outsource it to people who know what they're doing, but you could, I use an app called, it's not an app, it's kind of a software, I guess. It's called Animoto. It's the easiest for me. It's $45 or $42 a month, so it's kind of expensive, but it's very worth it in my opinion. But yeah, you could just outsource it, I guess. Do I agree with your strategy? 75% of BEP, 7 ad sets at $5 newsfeed only or Insta. Yeah, dude, that totally works, man. I mean, 75% of BEP, pretty solid. I would go maybe even a little higher though, like maybe 80 or 85% before you cut anything. And then also you could include, like, if an ad set has above a $2 cost per purchase at the beginning, then cut it, unless it has like a sale, obviously. But if it doesn't have a sale, then just cut it. Shipment free or with shipment store is fine. Yeah, I just do free shipping usually. Question, do you only test products that have promotional videos online, or do you test by making slideshow videos with pictures as well? Yeah, I do test some products sometimes. I mean, for example, one of my first winning products on Instagram influencers, it was a product I just found on AliExpress, and I made a video for it myself. But then I also went on YouTube and I found like some people reviewing the product from AliExpress. So honestly, with a lot of products on AliExpress, you'll be able to find like somebody reviewing it or something. Not always though. But yeah, I guess I do typically test products with like promotional videos already, but not always. I mean, that's not one of my criteria or whatever. Thanks for the honest answer. 10K subs really undervalues you. You will be at 100K in no time, bro. You're the man. Thanks, man. I appreciate the support, honestly. What's up, Arie? My ad account got disabled on 25th of May for a day, then enabled again, but the conversions have never been the same. Any recommendations? Yeah, so that happens sometimes. It's happened to me multiple times. You just have to stick to it. I mean, your ad sets that are dying out, you know, you got to kill them, and then you make new ones, and the cycle just keeps repeating itself. It'll get back to what it was eventually, but you got to just stick to it a little bit. Obviously, though, if it just completely dies out, maybe just try to make a new ad account. That could help. Is there any real need to get through the Facebook University course, or is it a waste of time? I mean, you could, to kind of just learn like what the platform entails and how to how to use it, I guess. But yeah, it's probably a waste of time unless you're completely new. Also, do you test IG separate from Facebook? I launched some ad sets for a few days, and then when I checked the breakdown, most of my budget is being dumped to IG and none to Facebook. Yeah, so I will split test them if they're kind of like similar results later on down the line. But usually I start with both. Any recommendations on how to continue Facebook ads after 4-day ad account disabled? It will get reinstated today. I was starting scaling before blocked. Yeah, so that's a really tough situation. But, you know, like I said, just make sure everything, just keep it how it is. Keep making your ad sets. Keep cutting your ad sets. It'll climb back to what it was. Otherwise, just test a new product or, you know, create a new ad account altogether. I would recommend you create an ad account altogether anyways. It is good to test things across different ad accounts. You know, we've been doing it ever since the Gabriel event. And it's worked really well. How many ad sets do you use for testing a new product? I do like 20, pretty much 20 and above, just as many as possible, honestly, just so I cover all of the possible angles right at the beginning. But like I said, I mean, I don't always recommend you guys do the same, but maybe, I mean, you know, if you have the budget, hey, can you make a video explaining Facebook ads more for beginners like me? Yeah, I will. Okay, I'll try to. I'll try my best. But like I said, sometimes I get a little too technical without even thinking about it. But I'll probably make a new updated Facebook ads video, course video. Yeah. So do I go to New York for the event you're speaking at, or do I spend the money for a course offered by Trey Cockrum? I can only afford one, and he's going to be speaking with you at the event. Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, I guess it's kind of up to you, but personally, I think you should go to the event, man. You're going to get to meet so many other people. You'll probably learn a lot. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you should buy the course if that's what you want to do. It's really up to you, man. Like, I can't really, I don't know who Trey Cockrum is, even though he's going to be at the event too. So I don't know, like, the quality of his content, or if, you know, it's up to you. Sorry. I know that's a bad answer, but it's the truth. Hey, when you say exclude the 3 bad countries, have you ever excluded more than that? Oh, definitely. Well, the reason why I don't usually though is because, like, once I find those good countries, I narrow down to those countries usually. And It'll usually be like 5 countries at most. So you don't need to exclude anything. You only need to exclude things if you're targeting worldwide. When do I start retargeting? Start retargeting when you have like, I would say like maybe 5,000. I don't know, honestly. Maybe once you have like 3,000, no, like 5,000 website visitors. I think that's a pretty solid start. But you could start it before. I mean, it's just like, you're going to have to probably stop that. I don't know. Sometimes they update, but sometimes it's better to keep making new audiences of like the past 7 days and stuff like that to get like the more fresh data. But, you don't have to do that. Let's see. Oh God, so many questions that I missed. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to like quick fire these. There's a lot more than I thought. Oh my God, I still can't get to where I was. Is this my new apartment? Yes, this is my new apartment. And yeah, the view is awesome. I guess I could just take the camera, it's like, it's nice. Oh, I guess that's like kind of bad lighting though. Is that a little better? Okay. Let me just put this down to where it was so I can keep answering questions. Okay. Do I do affiliate marketing? Not really, only with like my YouTube channel, like in a few, obviously like Shopify and stuff like that. Can you please repeat your LLA process? I'm sorry, that's just going to take too long. I'd rather just you rewatch this at a later date. When testing a new product nowadays, how much money do you usually spend before you get a sale? It depends. I mean, sometimes like the first $20 makes a sale, but sometimes it's like the first 100 or something. But usually, obviously, if it's like that slow, it's probably not that good of a product. Congrats on 10K. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Do I test on new ad accounts like Gabriel does? Yes, definitely. So always get views with PPE first before doing purchase conversion ads every single time. No, I honestly almost never do that, but some people like that process. How did you find my main winner? AliExpress, literally. And just looking at other people's stores too. Have you ever had problems with Facebook saying your video ads have too much text? Yeah, definitely. I have to, put less text when that happens. It's annoying, but okay. I'm just gonna answer like 10 more questions, and then I do gotta go. I actually have a lot to work on, but I hopefully, I'll answer some still, but like hopefully you got a lot of value out of this. Obviously you can watch the replay, and it should be totally fine. I'll drop the replay right after this, but I'm not leaving yet. I'm just letting you know. Okay. When would I create lookalikes for review content? Once I get like 3,000 to 5,000 visitors. 1% gives great results, although test all, definitely. Out of 20 answers, how many are interest winners? It depends, but typically like 5. What warehouse in US do you use when you ship from Alibaba? So I don't have any warehouses in the US yet. I'm working on one right now. Maybe I'll give you the contact once it's all settled and done. But for right now, I don't want to do that because I'm sure they'll be pretty overwhelmed to just, maybe not. Maybe they can handle our volume. It's not like we're doing anything too crazy, but yeah. First time making a live stream. Hey, well, welcome. I'm glad you got to join. So I suggest having more than one Facebook ad account. Yeah, definitely. How many sales does your main product have before you used it? I don't know, honestly. Should you focus on ClickFunnels while you're testing or wait until you find a winning product? I would just wait until you find a winning product, honestly. Unless you're like really good with ClickFunnels. Hey, Arie. Oh God. What does a winner look like with a $3 ad set? Getting consistent sales, anything from like 3 and above ROAS, that's probably a solid winner. Look for mine, please. I can't repost. Thank you, Arie. How do you change the checkout message from standard shipping to secured shipping? You can just go and change it. You can edit it and you can make it say whatever you want. What's up, fam? Saw one of your turncoat ads on Google. That's awesome. Tested about 10 products this month and have had no sales with any of them. 3 ad sets, each at $7. I don't know when to stop testing certain products. I have made sales in the past with Facebook. Well, I would test more than that. Well, it depends on your budget. I guess if you're doing 3 ad sets, you can do them at like $20 a day or something. But I rather do, 12 ad sets at $5 a day, because then you're spending the same amount of money. So after how many? Okay. 700 enough to scale? Yeah, it depends on how fast. You could scale slow. I mean, you don't have to scale that fast. 10K subs, congrats. Hey, thanks, guys. Okay, I'll show you a little bit tour of the house. You want to see it? I'll show you.